boards are big. Oh. Dang, I've not had McDangles in like 5 years at least. Even in Canada? I hear they got poutine. I don't eat out much though. Ola, are you a home chef? Did I not know this? I don't eat McDougs. Period. Listen, McDougs cookies, surprisingly good. Whoops. Oh, now I can't sit back down. I'll just sit here instead. That'll be fun. Hi. Are you leaving? Okay. I just don't think eating out is a good use of me monies. It really isn't. So props to that. What do you like to? If I do, I prefer ma and pa shops. Yep. Yeah. It's one of those things that I'm fortunate for about New Jersey. Is like we have a whole bunch of diners and stuff, so we got a second option everywhere. There's one that I have to ask Zandy, Twitchy Zandy about, because I'm not much of a baker, but Capital Grill. I think it's a chain like steakhouse place here in the States. I'm not sure if it's elsewhere, but really fancy steak place, wines, big location. I think like kind of Ruth Chris caliber. They have like freshly baked breads at their tables, and one of them is an onion bread. I have no idea what kind of bread it is, but it is divine. It sounds so yummy. Yeah, I only have like a terrible picture of it so far, just recently, because I was like, hey, can you take a picture of that? And he's like, well, I got a picture of the leftovers, if that counts. But it's got, I assume it's like some kind of sourdough, but it has like caramelized onions on top. So like the bread itself is just this wonderful balance of like sweet and salty and caramelization. It's so good and doesn't need anything else. I can smell it. It is so good. The one person that was there, I assume that they have a recipe for it, but the person that was like busting our tables, we're talking about getting more. This is like a year and a half ago. Talking about getting more onion bread. And the person busted it was like, "Oh yeah, I baked that." I was like, "Good job! It's fantastic." Anyway, I'm gonna go check the. I'm gonna check the shops. I think. Thank you for the coffee. I don't know if you'll be leaving. Okay. Thanks for the coffee. I'll see you soon. Bye, Wyatt. I'll miss you. I can smell it, yeah. Oh. Freshly baked bread, too. Ah, so good. Hmm. Oh, yeah, I was obviously watching your progression on Lady Butterfly. And don't worry about so as story goes, as history goes, since I was keeping track of how many times I died in Sekiro, I'm gonna take a guess as to how many deaths were to Lady Butterfly, Ola? You get to see the total, the end total. $69, if only. That's my total deaths in Ori 2. I'm not even kidding. I told people like, hey, if you could guess how many total deaths I have in this game, I'll gift you a sub. Somebody jokingly put in 69. I looked, I was like, it's 69. I did gift them a sub. That's the last time I played. Impressive, to be honest. Well, that's the total death, so that's like game over, right? It's not the first death, it's just both of them, or third or fourth, or however many that you get through. That 222, both sides of the Mark pancake were burnt, is includes, or rather, is just full game overs, if not more already. But yeah, do you want to guess? Do you want to guess how many were to Lady Butterfly, Ola? $100? Close, sorta. About half that. 55 deaths were to Lady Butterfly. One boss. I'm gonna be there all week. Oh no. You'll get it. You'll get it. You're more patient with what it was, and I think Lady Butterfly is very much a learning curve. Like she teaches the player a lot of really important things, and I think I saw you were catching on towards the end of the fights that I had seen. I was gonna play Cyberpunk today, but now I want to play Sekiro. Such a good game. The fact I even got to second phase, my first time out, is so awesome to me. Sekiro, I think Ryan had put it, is that it does a great job of teaching you the game as you play. And my crowning achievement was fighting one of the bosses that is perceived to be as one of the hardest, and beating it on my first try. 55 times. 55 times I died to Lady Butterfly. The first time I encounter this boss that is considered to be a really difficult one, I get it on the first try. Yeah, there's a light of it somewhere on the channel, but obviously it's got spoilers, so I don't want to. Is it the demon that everyone's been talking about? No, that one actually took me a good. That was one of my bigger walls. Demon of Hatred is the one that you're thinking of, and it's well known as a tough fight, but and it is. But the one that I'm talking about is related to DLC stuff, so don't forget to buy your bouquets. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I only wanted a couple. I can only think of a couple names that are that people have said are tough in Sekiro. Can't believe I haven't heard a Butterfly Lady, though. Really? Yeah, she's the first wall. Not only can you come across her way too early, like, you get access to that before you've fought Gyobu, technically. She's a wall. I genuinely think she's there to teach the player about guarding and attacking when you feel safe. For me, well, I don't actually, I don't want to play idiot unless you want how I ended up fighting Lady Butterfly, or my takeaways from the fight. I'm not gonna give them. There's a DLC boss? Yeah, there's 3. You've already fought 2 of them, Ian. Used environment. Lady is teaching me to get good. Yep. There'll be like, there's at least 3, I'd probably say 4 bosses out there that teach you how to get good. Where are you, Ian? Come on. What? Without spoils. That's it. That's how I want to say that. I believe these are the 2 that you fought. So ready? Yeah. Drunkard, I like seeing the effort. It's so tough watching people do sometimes when it comes to games that are struggle worthy. Ola, do I not remember, but did you ever play Tunic, or have any plans to play Tunic? Didn't get far in them? Oh, so you never beat them? Oh. Oh, I thought you had beat them. 9-2? Okay. It's both Sekiro and like at least in comparison between the 2, both Sekiro and called Tunic both have a certain wall that people hit, and it's either a learn and overcome and you won't struggle nearly as much after that, or get frustrated and put the game down. I find Butterfly and the first boss of Tunic to be that way. I have watched now, like, out of, I don't know, 7 people play Tunic, at least 3 of them get to this one spot and get really frustrated with the game. Makes me feel really bad because, like, I love that game, but I also understand the frustrations. But I also am in the spot of, like, I don't want to overshare in case that's something you don't want me to do. You know? Like, this is a really difficult spot. Just into the second game I tried. Second time I tried the game. Yeah, it's another really good example of Grace got to a certain boss, in Sekiro, struggled with it, put it down for a long while, came back. Yeah, I'm talking about you. And then conquered that boss, and then the rest of it was nowhere near as bad. And Grace destroyed Sekiro. Hey Grace, good morning. Talking about grandfather. I mean, not grandfather. It snowed last night. It was snowing here too. There's a small dusting on the ground. I like how I used to say I would never play Souls games because they were too hard, and now I think about Bloodborne daily. Bloodborne. Mm-hmm. Bloodbola. Yeah, I'm not sure if you would agree, Grace, but like for Sekiro and Tunic, at least from watching quite a few other people play Tunic, there's in both games a certain wall that players typically hit. Either they will overcome that wall and eventually play through the entire game, have a lot of fun doing it, or they will get frustrated at that wall and put the game down and never come back. Agreed. Yep. Actually, there is somebody that I know who took on Butterfly and put the game down. I've watched somebody do that, but with Butterfly specifically. Straight up, I'm not having fun. I don't want to continue this. I'm gonna put the game down. Moaning villager noises. What? Ian knows. Oh, we must be motivation catalyst, yeah. You supported putting down games that are too hard and returning to them later. I did with Hollow Knight, did with Sekiro. Both turned out to be some of my favorite games. So, you gonna return to Hades someday? Someday. Let's go. I'm a big supporter of playing it until I hate it, and then deciding from there. Hence why I have not returned to Origami King and don't intend to. I'm okay with it staying there. I know with Sekiro last year, I put it down because it was just so hard, but also my back was at its worst. But now I can't stop thinking about Sekiro. Will I ever finish Fire Emblem Three Houses? That's a different question. I felt like you were always bouncing like back and forth whenever I talked to you about it. Like you liked it, and you also had, it seemed like you had zero enthusiasm for it, but also enjoyed whenever you played. And I was like so confused. It's like, just go play something that you like. Oh, you are playing something like what is this? It's just so slow. I have no patience for slow story. Ah. Howdy. Welcome back. I'm still butts at it, but I'm eager to get better. Yeah. That's me right where you were. Actually, you did better than me for a good few bosses, I'd say. Like the first samurai encounter, I think you get that on like your first try, or maybe like your first 2 tries. I think you did better on the Goliath too, like the back snapper. But I want to say that's also where I ended up like diverging a bit. You got the inflection point. You're doing great. Mm-hmm. You are. It took me a really long time to get out of, so Sekiro was the third Dark Souls game I'd ever played after DS3 and Elden Ring, and I could not sit there and deflect instead. I felt like I needed to dodge for way too long. Sword swinging coming my way, yeah, just go under it. It's fine. Just, whoop. Like, nope, you got hit, Mark. How many more times is this gonna take you to figure out? 50 more deaths to Lady Butterfly. Get hit and respond. Ugh. This is the first quote. Let's see if TTS is awake.
Quote number 545, they're all good beans. There's no bad beans in Boss Sing Say Smiley Face, Okami HD, January 26, 2024.
I like how it's smiley face. You know? It's because I did those parts last year. I think a weird issue where I don't push the button is enough. Register? What controller do you use? Because I will say that the immediately when I hear something like that happen is thinking about Mallory's play, and at some points Mallory was complaining at just like swearing that Mallory got the deflects in time, right? It's too big for my hand. No, swearing Mallory had gotten the deflects in time. I was like, do you think it maybe is your controller instead? And so Mallory switched over to, I think, Aaron's controller, which was like, I want to say a standard controller, and there were no delays, not nearly as much. And it's like, oh, this is feeling way better. PS5, but it's too big for my hands. It's fair. They are kind of big, aren't they? Haley, how you doing? I have a disconnect between eyes and hands for me. A lot of the time my eyes see it, but my hands do the wrong thing. When I can see it, when I can see it, but can't do it, I start saying the mistake I made out loud. It helps a lot. Yeah. See, when I say the mistake, people think it's me call myself bad, where I'm like, nope, I'm just playing poorly. You know what I miss? What I genuinely miss, otherwise, DualShock 4s. I miss DualShock 4s. I really do. Those are such a good controllers. Like, ugh. I just panic too much for Souls games. That's part of the learning. It's part of the learning. Learning. Sorry, I'm not enunciating very well. Like, oop, I should have been carried there. That was a jump dodge. Oh, that's where, or what that attack looks like. Well, that's part of like the learning of the fight too. Yeah. Spaceship landed here. Guess I'll hang with you, aliens. The spaceship. So let me get. So I kind of want to do one more day of Ooblets. I was having fun with it before. And getting set up for the late game. Might play it just like casually sometime. And start something new tomorrow, maybe. I've never liked Xbox controllers too big and bulky even now. I have not had an Xbox controller, but I assumed that they were smaller than this. For the DualSense 5. Dark in here. How much does a DualSense or DualShock 4 cost these days? Like, can I get like a new one in box for like less than $80? Cool. Knock. 4. I come in pieces. You must build me like a puzzle. I come in pieces too. Don't rebuild me, it's still in shambles. DualShock for $60 on Newegg. Okay, okay. That's tempting. That's tempting, but I don't think they're worth $60 anymore. Sony PlayStation 4 DualShock 4 wireless controller. These ones supposedly have them listed at $25 at Walmart. There's a pre-owned one at GameStop for $70. Woo, heck yeah. Insane. I may also steal that phrase for future use. Matt and I have been doing puzzles. Ooh, puzzles. DualSense 5 is big, but it's ergonomic. Xbox controllers aren't. They're just big squares. I haven't held one in ages, so I don't know. Like, I liked the 360 controllers. They were pretty alright. They were just okay, though. Like, they're not noteworthy to me. Yeah, I wonder, are these like real or are these fake? Yeah, okay, that's 100% not a legitimate listing. It goes so from the wall, like the Google listing, it says it has 59,000 reviews, 4.4 stars. But when you click on it for the Walmart listing, it says Sony PlayStation 4 DualShock 4 wireless controller Glacier White, and it's got 1 rating. What do you mean? Meow. Meow. Howdy. I have big hands. I don't get it, to be honest. Meow. I also don't like the